I'm a Marrow Plan C user. I upgraded from Plan B in the middle of this year. I was a Plan B user from the beginning of this year, from Jan this year. The reason why I upgraded to Plan C is also tied in with the reason why I love Marrow so much, is because my notes, my class notes, my foundation coaching class notes were not complete because I skipped a few classes. Now I felt Marrow was sort of a backup, and Marrow had all this repository of information in them. These videos that the faculties have made, these world-class faculties, they provide such a good repository of information that it serves as a sort of reminder also as what you have left to learn, what you need to learn further. Along with that, the videos also provide notes and slides. This is a feature that I made extensive use of because towards the end of my preparation I didn't have enough time to watch videos even 2x, so I used the notes and slide features on the video to cover up the topics that they taught in those videos. Hi friends, I would like to share a story with you all. During my village posting in internship, I broke my forearm. I had a both bone forearm fracture during my posting due to some accident which happened. But even at that time, when my completion of my posting was at stake, whether I would get the completion of my village posting or not, whether I would go back and work or not, even at that point of time, with my parents supporting me, with my seniors supporting me, with the doctors treating me supporting me, I didn't stop studying. Even at that point of time, I took up this opportunity and started studying orthopedics so that I could verify what the doctors treating me, are they doing it according to protocol, are they breaking protocol, am I getting substandard treatment, even in AIIMS. My name is Dr. Akshay Ganesh Kumar. I have secured rank 2 in this November 2019 AIIMS PG entrance examination. I have done my MBBS from AIIMS New Delhi itself. I belong from Maharashtra. I am from Thane. I am a Marrow Plan C user. I upgraded from Plan B in the middle of this year. I was a Plan B user from the beginning of this year, from Jan this year. The reason why I upgraded to Plan C is also tied in with the reason why I love Marrow so much, is because my notes, my class notes, my foundation coaching class notes were not complete because I skipped a few classes. Now I felt Marrow was sort of a backup, and Marrow had all this repository of information in them. These videos that the faculties have made, these world-class faculties, they provide such a good repository of information that it serves as a sort of reminder also as what you have left to learn, what you need to learn further. Along with that, the videos also provide notes and slides. This is a feature that I made extensive use of because towards the end of my preparation I didn't have enough time to watch videos even 2x, so I used the notes and slide features on the video to cover up the topics that they taught in those videos. Also, the main reason why I love Marrow so much and why Marrow has had such a big impact on my preparation is the user interface is user oriented and it's very user friendly. It gives subliminal and subconscious messages when you solve Q banks of becoming red when it's wrong or becoming green when it's right, and then there's a time bar on the top which tells you according to difficulty of the question how much time you must dedicate to it. So subconsciously this gets rooted in your system. As more and more you solve Marrow, more and more you become efficient in solving MCQs. You don't waste too much time in solving MCQs. And also they introduced a feature, MCQ of the day. I remember it distinctly because I used it in my preparation a lot as a boost me up. When you wake up in the morning, you feel lethargic, you feel down as to I have so much to study in the day, I have to go to my internship also. MCQ of the day provided a sort of confidence boost to me because when I got it right, it felt really good. But when I got it wrong, it gave me more motivation to read, more motivation to go back, get in the thick of it and not give up. I came to know about Marrow from my seniors. I'm really thankful for them. I'm really thankful to them for doing this because Marrow is a very good platform for preparing you for what's coming in the exam. So my senior suggested Marrow to me. I first bought plan B to just test out the waters, right? How is Marrow? How are the MCQs? Are they really legit? Are they what the seniors talk about? And they were. So I upgraded to plan C after that. Marrow has Q banks in as a feature, which is a central feature of Marrow. I feel like for me Q bank was the central feature of Marrow. QBank has a collection of 20,000 questions which have been carefully handcrafted by experts in the field. These questions actually do not emulate these questions do not emulate the real look of the exam. Rather, these questions will allow you to revise individual chapter in depth, because the exams don't touch upon each and every chapter in the curriculum, but these Q banks do. Each and every chapter of every subject is gone into in depth, and each and every nook and corner of it is explored. And these Q banks, once you solve them, the explanation that comes below the question is par excellence. The explanation will explain each and every nuance of the topic which is being asked in the question, and they don't waste too much time in touching unnecessary parts of the curriculum as well. So it's a very well-rounded and holistic approach to preparing. Being a Plan C user, Marrow provides you with videos. They have free videos as well, which anyone can access just by installing the app. But once you test out those free videos, you come to know of the importance of these videos that Marrow have painstakingly created in their app. Now, being a Plan C user, the rest of the videos are available where they were available to me, and I made extensive use of them. Some of the faculties that I remember, just out of the top of my head, some of the faculties that I remember were Rohan sir for surgery, Akhilesh sir for forensic, because I was weak in forensic medicine and his curriculum really helped me in covering that. Shivika ma'am in micro. The reason why Shivika ma'am for micro was, micro is such an extensive topic. You have bacteriology, of parasitology, of virology, of so many things that you need to cover. But ma'am integrated it very nicely in her videos, and it was a quick review for me to look through the information which I had not noted down anywhere else. It was there in her videos. And of course, the rest of the faculty, thank you for making this series of videos. They were really helpful for me. And also another thing I would like to highlight is, during the end of your preparation, you don't have time to see videos. Yes, I remembered that this point is in Shivika ma'am's video, or this point is in Anesthesia sir's video, but those points you can't go back to the video and see. Instead of that, you just open up the notes which have been handwritten. The video content has been put into handwritten notes just in the tab of the videos. You can access those notes and quickly read through an entire chapter in like 2 minutes or so. So an entire chapter is covered just by doing that. The QBank that Marrow provides was the primary source of my MCQ revision. I felt like, as I alluded to before, I felt like they don't simulate actual look of the exam, but they allow you to revise chapters. So that was the way I used Marrow QBank, in the sense that for topics like surgery or for topics like medicine, which are very extensive, you don't have enough time to revise them. You can do Marrow QBank because you have read those things before. You have read these topics before. If you do QBank, the main point of an MCQ exam is you have to recollect the information and use it to solve in the exam. So that's what the QBank makes you do. You recollect what you have read before and you use it to solve. Then you read the explanation. Your entire chapter is revised there and then. Other than Marrow, for MCQs in some subjects, like in biochemistry, like in physiology, or like in pathology even, I refer to other standard review books which you get for MCQ revision. As we know, image-based questions have a big impact in the exams of today. For image-based, what I did was, my approach would be different from other toppers, of course. I recommend each and every one of you find your own approach. My approach was, I used coaching class image discussions which they hold towards the end of your internship. Also, I used Marrow Master image-based discussion videos. They were really helpful because they also had image-based MCQs discussed in them, not just the images and the content linked with it. This is my path. Again, each and every one of you has to find your own path. I didn't trust much even the classes or even Marrows much. I had to do my own first-hand research, which I did through standard textbooks, and I googled images. I watched YouTube videos of procedures being done, of instruments and all, which image-based questions are typically asked out of. I googled and YouTubed all these things and used social media also as a tool in my preparation. So basically, according to me, there are two strategies which you need to follow for preparation. If you are early on in your phase, like if you are in your first year or if you are in your second year, you need to start building up your concepts out of attending your class lectures, out of attending your clinical ward rounds, out of attending other discussions held in your colleges, and also through, most importantly, reading standard textbooks. Now this image based conundrum comes up in the first place because people have not read standard textbooks much in depth. If you have read your standard textbooks properly, already 75 to 80% of the images you know what are going to come, and the topics which are image driven to be asked in the exams, etc. But if you are late in your preparation and you have not had the opportunity to do these things, don't fret, because at this stage of your preparation, what you can do is you can use a reliable source of information. Just stick to it, because the PG entrance examinations, at least AIIMS, from my experience, what I can say, AIIMS PG entrance examination is not information driven, it's aptitude driven, it's critical analysis driven. They just test you on your basic fundas, they test you on the basic things which you need to know as an MBBS student, and these things you can learn from one reliable source, either your coaching notes or Marrow videos or Marrow Q Bank. And image based is also the same, in that you can just choose one reliable source and you can learn it to use in questions. That's the most important thing. Just accumulating information is not enough. How to utilize it in questions is really important, and here's where Marrow's test series comes into play. Marrow Q Bank is separate, according to me. Marrow Q Bank is separate and Marrow Test Series is separate. Marrow Q Bank will allow you to revise chapters, to use the information that you have collected in standard questions, but it does not emulate the feel of a real exam. Marrow Test Series, on the other hand, really emulates how the examiner is going to ask you the questions, how they twist the facts, how they give close enough options, how you need to rule out options. All of these skills will develop if you give Marrow Test Series. My approach to giving Marrow Test Series was, I didn't follow a rigid schedule. Other toppers might, of course, differ. Everyone has to find their own path. I didn't follow a rigid schedule during my preparation. I stopped where I felt like when I've completed the subject, I stop that subject and then I give a Marrow test. My primary source of giving test was Marrow rather than TNDs. TNDs came after I gave my Marrow tests of that subject. These were about subject-wise tests, which I suggest you give during your preparation. Each and every time you complete a subject, you feel confident enough in it, give the subject-wise test, because it will not only bolster your confidence, it will also give you stuff which is not there in the Q Bank, because these are exclusive questions which are in the test series. About grand tests, I feel I started giving from August itself, grand tests. I gave it at an interval of about 10 to 15 days, one grand test I used to give. Also, early on in my preparation, when I was not a Plan B user, Marrow had free AIIMS mock tests of 2016, of 2017, 2018, etc. These mock tests I gave just as a sort of gist, right? Just to know where I was standing at that point of time, where I was not too serious during my preparation. But the mock test which happened in 2019, I gave it in full force. I was completely committed to those tests. I studied before them and they were a good confidence boost for me, and they also emulated the look of the real exam, what with the new pattern of questions that are coming up. So assertion, reason, true or false, match the following, every type of question was there in the Marrow mock tests, and it was a very good exam experience. It really shows you where you stand. And the pattern of questions has changed in AIIMS, as most of you might know, from May 2019. The way to tackle this new pattern of questions is, on the day of exam, you cannot sit there and do mathematics about how much negative marks I'll get and how much positive marks I'll get, where should I be aggressive, where should I let off a bit of the steam, etc. This you need to do about 2 months before the exam. You need to sit and dedicate like some time and really understand where your strengths lie and where your weaknesses lie. Where should you go aggressive, where should you not go aggressive. Assertion, reason, multiple completion, they have minus 0.25, so you can go aggressive there. But sequence questions, true or false, match the following, all these types of questions have 1:1 ratio of positive is to negative. You cannot afford to go aggressive in such type of questions if your concepts are not clear. Also, match the following can be exclusive or non-exclusive. For example, if one option on column D has been committed to one option on the right hand side column has been committed to one option on the left hand side column, it can be excluded from matching to the other options, right? But true or false is not like that. So it's a more difficult pattern of question than match the following is, because each and every statement is an independent decision making point. It's either true or false and it's not linked to the other options. Also, AIIMS question, I would like to remind the aspirants again and again, AIIMS PG entrance is not an information driven exam at all. They are not testing you on your rote learning ability. They know there are 19 subjects, too many subjects in MBBS to rote learn everything. You just need to have your concept strong. You should have a concrete, a rock solid foundation. Using that, you have to apply your aptitude, critical thinking, and approach the exam as if it's a aptitude based test. Because remember, all these big options that they give, these numbers that they give, it's just to scare you. The answer will be in a very innocuous looking option which you could have ruled out initially itself, but it would have a fundamental error in it. Some basic understanding, fundamental error would be in that option, and you just need to mark that. That's all I feel AIIMS PG is. I would like to thank my parents and my family for holding my hand throughout this entire journey. So many disasters and so many mishaps have happened during this preparation, but not for a single second did they ever blame me, and they never left my hand, and they were always through and through with me, like they were in the battle with me, in the thick of it all. I would really like to thank them. I would like to thank my seniors in AIIMS, my friends who shared their notes, their concepts, they shared their motivation with me. They helped me pass through this journey smoothly through internship and all. And I would like to thank my mentors, teachers, my faculty at AIIMS, Marrow faculty, thank you. I would like to thank Marrow for providing this opportunity to me, for sharing. They felt that I could share this experience, what I've gained, to all of you. I would like to wish best of luck to all of you, all the aspirants out there. I would like for you to sit here in this place, my place, and give an interview, share your experiences with Marrow as well. Best of luck to all of you. And remember, the examiner is not testing, primarily the examiner is not testing either your concepts, your aptitude, nothing. The first thing he is testing is your integrity, your fortitude, your passion. Are you able to maintain that fire of preparation till the day of the exam? That is the primary thing the examiner is testing. I would like to share a quote which I heard from one of my seniors at AIIMS. He told me, if you want success as much as you would want to breathe when you're underwater, when you're drowning, as much as you want to breathe, if you want success, success will surely come to you. So keep it up. Best of luck to all of you.